Hello, today in Miss Vote's class, you will be making the SunZoom Lite. So, we actually are going to be modifying this a little bit because some parts of the instructions are unclear and some parts are just unneeded and are unnecessary. So, like, as you can see in the picture, the front is rounded. We are just going to leave it as a square. It is also painted. And on this page, right here, it says to put the screw eyes, which are basically a little screw with a circle at the end, and screw them into the wood. We are actually just going to be cutting a piece of straw the entire width. So we are going to be starting off with moving all of our stuff out of the way, and we are going to be grabbing our piece of wood. And so I believe each of you will be getting an instructions. If not, you will have to follow these measurements. I am just going to cut these out. Okay, so now that I have cut this out, I'm actually going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to tape it to the wood. So we're going to be putting this on the wood. So now that we have put this on the wood, we are going to be marking out with a pencil or a pen or a Sharpie, whatever you fancy. I'm going to be actually using a Sharpie so I can see it, and we are going to be looking. So it says right here, we're going to mark it, and then on this side we're going to mark it. And don't worry about these 1/4 marks right here. Those you don't have to worry about. And then on this side, we're also going to mark it. And on this side, we're also going to mark it. And then that is it. That's all you have to do. And then you're going to take a straight edge, or basically a ruler. You're going to draw a line. Okay, so now that we have our lines, you can basically put your stuff away. We are going to be going to this page, your thing, with the little diagram. So basically what we are doing is we are going to take a piece of straw and we are going to measure it across. And then from that line, we're going to measure again on this side. Not that there's any difference between the width up here and the width down here. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to take a pair of scissors and we're simply going to cut the straw. Whereas in these parts list the instructions or whatever. So you will be using hot glue, but I don't have any hot glue right now, so I am using super glue. I would not recommend doing this. I would recommend actually going and getting a hot glue gun, and you're going to set it on the line, and you're going to make it as straight as possible. You're going to press, and then it's going to be on there, and then you're going to do that for the bottom too. And we can place it on there. And now we are going to let that dry. While we are letting that dry, we are going to be taking these rear wheels, and we are going to actually, I believe it's the big gear. Yes, it is the big gear. They gave me many gears, and I actually don't know because it doesn't specify in the instructions. And you're going to push it on, kind of like this, and you're going to just wiggle it as much on as possible until the other end shows through. Okay, so I have gotten it to show through, and now we're going to take the rear wheel, and this does not have side orientations. We're simply going to stick it on like that. And then, I don't think you guys are going to have hammers, but I'm going to use this for the sake of just putting it in. Okay, that is all the way in, and now our glue is probably dry, and we will see. It is. So, oh, I guess not. I'm actually, since I'm not using the right glue, your glue will work. I'm just going to use a scrap of vinyl and kind of use it as tape. So you will not be doing this. You will have hot glue, and you will basically be doing this the correct way. And that has to be moved down a little bit more. It's just I do not actually have a hot glue gun plugged in, and that takes too long. Now I'm too impatient. Okay, so you can put your rear wheel in, and now, oh, actually we're gonna fix this. Okay, so I put this gear in too far, I think. So I'm actually just gonna kind of grab it and kind of twist and pull until the entire gear kind of shows. See, now the entire gear shows. It's kind of dark in here. Okay, so now we are going to put that in, and then we're going to take the other big wheel. We're going to put on the other side, except that's poking through. I know I told my mom, Miss Vogt, to provide soap for putting these on, because it is so difficult. Okay, that one should be on good enough now. Slide it in, and now you should have wheels on it. I'm going to use a screwdriver. Put it down. Make sure it's not too tight and it can freely spin. Because if it's too tight, it will guarantee not work. Okay, we are going to basically be doing that the same on the front with the smaller wheels. And these, since they're so much smaller and we don't have the gear on the front, you will probably have axles sticking out like that. And now that we have that done, we are going to grab our sticky pads, and I believe you are getting 3 of them, so do not waste them, because I think that's all you need. Let me look. Yes, that's all you need. Okay, so we are going to be taking our motor, and we're going to be, let me just look at this. Actually, I think it's small gear. It looks like it fits better. Okay, so you're going to be taking this small gear, not this big gear. It gives you way too many gears. Like, seriously, way too many. And you are going to be putting it on, but not, like, too far, because otherwise it will rub. You can use the table, put it on. Okay, so now you're going to take one of your sticky pads. You are going to lay it on the bottom of the motor. Okay, I got one of them off. So you're gonna make sure you don't cover up these vents. You're going to stick it onto the motor. And now you're going to pull the other side off. Okay, so now that you have the second one off, you are going to take it and you're going to make sure your gear touches into the motor. And then you are going to press it down. And you're going to make sure... second. You're going to make sure that you do not get these little prongs in that wheel. There we go. We're going to be taking a sticky pad. We're going to be putting it on the top, like that. And then we will be putting one down here when I get one off. So basically, it took me forever to pull the little tab thingies off. So I kind of cut ahead. And I put it on at this angle shown in the book, right here. And we have the large gear, because the large gear works better than the small gear. I don't know why they sent all of these gears. And so basically, you're just going to clip it up. I'm not sure which one goes to which. It doesn't clarify. I'm putting it on and hoping for the best. It is not sunny out right now, so I cannot test it. I just put it on that, making sure that the wheel doesn't hit it. And now we are finished. And should work if you did everything right. And if you don't have a bad solar panel or a bad motor, or you're messing your wires up. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it's kind of, what is it, self-intuitive, if you know what I mean. It's just, oh, you put the wheels on a board, you put the thing on, you put the motor, and then it goes. So yeah. Enjoy this lesson that my mom teaches you. Yeah.